Shalom. I'm Brother Yamonathan, a servant for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, a prisoner of hope, a Hebrew Israelite scattered among the heathen. Gossip, idle talk, or rumors, especially by the person or private affairs of others. Talebearer, a person who spreads gossip, secrets that may cause trouble or harm. Proverbs 26:20. For they have been the ruin of many peaceable men. The talk of third parties has wrecked the lives of many and driven them from country to country. Third party. A third party or organization directly involved in a matter than the main people or organizations that are involved. It has destroyed fortified towns and demolished the houses of the great. The talk of third parties has brought divorces of staunch wives, and that's a loyal and committed an attitude, and deprived them of all they have labored for. Whoever pays heed to it will never again find rest or live in peace of mind. The lash of a whip raise welts, but the lash of a tongue break bones. Many have been killed by the sword, but not so many as by the tongue. Yes, so as many has been killed by the sword, has been killed by weapons, has been killed by bombs, but the tongue have killed many more. The spread of gossipers, talebearers. Sirach 28:13. Curse on the gossip and the talebearer. Yeah, so the gossiper and the talebearer, curses on them. Happy the man who is sheltered from its own slaughter, who has not been exposed to its fury, who has not borne its yoke or been chained with its feathers. Yoke, the Hebrew term for yoke, can also be used figuratively to represent serve bondage, affliction, or subjection. For it yoke is of iron, it feathers of bronze. Feathers. To keep someone with limits or stop them from making progress. The death it brings is an evil death. Better the grave than the tongue. Yes, so we know about them gossipers. You know, people using their tongue. Boy, the tongue is a cold thing. People spread rumors, destroy lives, hurt others. But it has no power over the God-fearing. They cannot be burnt in its flames. Those who desert Yahweh fall victim to it. Among them, it will burn like fire and not be quenched. Yes. So gossip and talebearers gonna burn the ones that deserted the Lord, that loved the Lord or feared the Lord and ran away and dropped the ball, or should we say the what is that called? I'll get back to it later. As you enclose, it will launch itself against them like a lion and tear them like a leopard. As you enclose your garden with a thorn hedge and lock up your silver and gold, so weigh your words and measure them. and make a door and bolt for your mouth. Yes, so watch your mouth. Watch the words that come out your mouth. Because it can hurt you. It can hurt other people. Beware of being tripped by your tongue and falling into the power of the lurking enemy. Yes. So I know you heard about a slip of a banana is ain't worse than a slip of a tongue. You know, when you slip on your tongue, you can get hurt. Even the messengers, when they delivered messages to the kings, they had to watch their mouth and weigh their words. You saw in that movie 300, when that man, the messenger came to them and he said, watch the words that you speak, you know. And he didn't. He was a bold messenger. And that's why what happened to him. James 3:5. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindled. Yes. So, just a little matter it kindles. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among all members, that is defiled the whole body, and sets on fire the course of its nature, and is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast and of bird and serpent and of things in the sea is tamed, and has been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. Yes. So the tongue, you know, that small member of the body, you know, the tongue, can't nobody tame the tongue. They tame animals, wild beasts, but they can't tame that tongue. Gossip, talebearers, they just can't hold it in. Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16:27. An ungodly man digs up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire. Yes. So in his lips, that tongue that's inside his lips, that tongue is a burning fire. You know, I know you done been the passenger of somebody that talks the whole ride. You know, they can't keep their mouth shut for nothing in the world. Or should I say nothing? You know, they talk. Yeah, I know you just want to say, shut the hell up. You know, Run DMC made a song about you talk too much. You can never shut up. That tongue. A forward man soweth bread, and a whisper separates cheap friends. Yes, so a person that whispers secrets separates friends, you know, that jealous female or that jealous partner, you know, that's hating on the other person, you know, and whisper something in your ear like a birdie bird, you know, and separate y'all friendship. Proverbs 21 and 23. Whosoever keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from trouble. Yes. So if you can keep your mouth and your tongue shut, it can keep you from a lot of trouble. Proverbs 15 and 1. A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. You know, and you can even put that in people that's in gangs. You know, if your enemy run up on you and say, you know, where you from, partner? You know, and you just tell him, you know, he might give you a pass. But if you get, you know, grievous and try to bang your hood, you know, to the fullest, and you on their turf, you might get hurt. Proverbs 15 and 4. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a branch in the spirit, a breach in the spirit. So a wholesome tongue, you know. Being careful with your words, you know. Speaking to people like they got some sense instead of speaking to people all crazy, you know. Just because you going through something, you want to bring it out on the whole world. Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Yes, so you got to watch your mouth, it says. You got to watch your words you speak. Because the Lord, he's listening. His angels. Proverbs 18 and 21. A man gift maketh room for him. And 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Yes, death and life is in the power of the tongue. You know, somebody can be hijacking you or robbing you, and the death of the tongue, you know, the power of the tongue, the way you speak to that person can be death or life. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof, you know. So I know you done ran into a smart mouth bastard, you know, that every word he speak or she speak is venom. You know, he's like a snake or like a cobra. Every word they say attacks, reaches out and attack you like a lion. James 1 and 26. If any man among you seems to be religious, bridle not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart with man's religion in vain. So you gotta, like a horse, keep a bridle on his mouth. You gotta keep a bridle on your tongue, because you can speak ignorant things real quick. You gotta watch your mouthpiece. You gotta watch that tongue, because that tongue could get you hurt. Yeah, that tongue can get you hurt, and if you ever been in prison or in the county jail, you gotta watch your tongue when you talk to them sheriffs and deputies. Yeah, because if you talk to the sheriff or deputy the wrong way, it can get you hurt. Proverbs 12, 18, and 19. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. Yes. So it's some that's speaking like the piercing of a sword, everything they say is venom, like sticking a dagger in you, and you hear that they ain't nothing but, evilness coming out their mouth. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. So that tongue of the wise, with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that's health to your body. The lips of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. So that lying tongue, that person that likes to lie and spread rumors about others, that tongue is just for a moment, because that tongue will get caught up. First Peter 3 and 10. For he that loves life and see good days, let him refrain from his tongue from evil. So for he that will love life, if you love life and do good and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil and his lips that they speak no guile. So you gotta watch your mouth. You gotta watch your lips, that tongue, that mouth, that lip. Boy, do people like to talk out of it, Revelations 14 and 5. Revelations 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, but they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, Yahushua, wheresoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to Yahushua the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they were without fault before the throne of Yahweh. Yes, no gal in their mouth, no lies, no untruth. Proverbs 10 and 19. Proverbs 10 and 19. In the multitude of words, there wanted not sin, but he that refrained his lips is wise. You know, so a multitude of words, you know, sin is lurking. But if you could refrain your lips, refrain that tongue, that mouth is. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth. So that tongue of the just. 21. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. The blessings of Yahweh is made rich, and he added no sorrow with it. It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding has wisdom. Yes. Boy, does wisdom help keep you out of trouble, trouble. Proverbs 13 and 3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that opens wide his lips shall have destruction. Yes. Open your lips wide, you know, talky. Just can't shut up, you know, motor mouth. Especially somebody off alcohol. When they get off alcohol, they just run their lips and their mouth. Psalms 39 and 1. I said, I would take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. You know, so take heed to your ways, for you won't sin not with your tongue, for you won't be lying or get into a predicament that you know you can't get out of. I will keep my mouth with a bridle while the wicked is before me. Yes. So when the wicked is before you, you know, hush that mouth. Watch your words, you know. When Esau, Edom, the Edomite villain, you know, when them wicked 2/3, you know, listening to every word you say and want to throw it back into your face. Well, I heard him say this. Well, I heard her say this, you know. Yes. They're throwing right in your face. So when you in front of the wicked, the 2/3, or in front of that Edomite villain, Esau the Edomite villain, watch yourself. Be careful. Colossians 4. Even pimps gotta watch their mouth, you know. Pimps, players, you know, when they see beautiful women, they can't control their mouth, but they not knowing they might have that killer or angry boyfriend around the corner that'll hurt them, you know, or that father that ain't playing, you know, that'll hurt something over his daughter or his niece or his wife. So that pimp, he gotta watch his words, his lips, his mouth, because he might get at the wrong female and she run go tell it, you know. And that man said, you knew that was my wife and you still try to get at her. I gotta deal with you, nigga. Colossians 4, verse 5. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. You know, every man. Like I was talking about them pimps, you know, how they run up on them females, you know. She might had a daddy that just got out of jail from doing 25 to life, and all he know is violence. Psalms 34 and 13. Keep my tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking gab. So keep my tongue from evil, you know, from speaking evil, you know, from being a talebearer, from being a gossiper. I know the quiet person and heard this before. You sure is quiet. Yes. And that person's quiet because they know who they're around. Proverbs 6 and 16. These 6 things does Yahweh hate, yet 7 are abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and a hand that sheds innocent blood. A lying tongue, you know, somebody that just can't, you know, just spread lies on people, you know, a no good dirty rascal or scoundrel. A heart that deceive wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and run into mischief, a false witness that spreadeth lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. A hater, a no good dirty hater, oh hating ass nigga. Esau, he's a hater too. He spread lies. He's a killer, a robber. James 1 and 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear and slow to speak, slow to wrath. So listen real good. but be slow to speak, you know. Listen to you, weigh your words. And we're going to end it with facing the east saying, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Kakrakadash Shalom.